Okay, just to inform you, I'm probably gonna make another what if, like start a new one for Naruto. I am gonna continue the Chaos one, but I honestly have to think of something. You can put down comments of whatever you want to put in. But I did read somebody that had like 6 of them, and he wanted to do number 3 because he thinks it's his favorite. Of course, I did a little research into any of these, and I know the one that probably everybody knows by now is what if Deku or what if Naruto was the Golden Fox. It might not say him joining the samurai, but if you think about it, the whole story is a based on Naruto joining the samurais and becoming strong in Kenjutsu, or I think that's what it's called, or something like that. Yeah, being strong. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. I might be getting it wrong. Or he just joins the samurai clan. Which I know somebody's in the process of reading that story out or telling it, really. But but the differences in that one is I'm pretty nobody likes him, and the person said that nobody likes him. I mean Shikamaru and Choji, since really Naruto did have friends, you could sort of say, since even though they weren't like always hanging out, but they did as kids. You could say they were friends, and Hinata doesn't like him. And oh yeah, he's a kid. I'm not sure how young he wants me to kick him out and join the samurais, but he did say the third Hokage didn't like him, which you could take it 2 ways. Either like Tsunade is already the Hokage, and it's just like nobody liked him the whole time, so he's not really. He would not argue about her calling him a dumb Hokage and all that. Or he wants me to kick him out whenever he's younger, or whenever he takes the scroll sealing. And if you do want me to do it either way, doesn't really matter. And the guy, Dan and Phantom, what if I told you guys I don't like doing cartoons because I don't like the powers, I guess. I don't understand them. I'd even watch Dan and Phantom, I can't lie. I did not watch any of those shows, really. Honestly, I was actually watching Dragon Ball GT, since it kind of is like a kid's show at the beginning, but it kind of gets serious at the end. Honestly, people say it's bad. I guess it was a little bit of a kid's show, but you can't be like mad about it, really. And which one do you think is canon? Dragon Ball GT, because people say it is sometimes. At least I've seen people talk about that it's main canon since it was made first. Or do you think Super is? But let's get actually into the story. So it'd be time for the internships. I could not talk. I didn't even know what the name was for a second. But Deku would, of course, get the internship from the number 2 hero, Endeavor, the flame hero. Since he can use flame chains, which is a type of flame quirk. But more importantly, he made blue flames. Which, yeah, was the sun's or Dobby, because people know it's Dobby. At least that was kind of obvious. Imagine if it wasn't Dobby. That would just people be like, nah, man, that's definitely Dobby. I don't remember the name of his son. It was right on top of my head. I was ready to say it, but whatever. Whenever he gets there, of course, he would ask about his quirk and all that. And that he would explain the same thing, that he can use a flame chain. Pretty much flames turn into a chain, which I can emit from my body or from somebody else's body. Sorry, there's that. Or from other people's bodies or the ground itself. So he asked about, you mean you can use it on somebody from a distance? He says yes, but I don't like to do that since it is dangerous. Since I can completely burn somebody's organs if I'm not careful with it. If I do it in the wrong spot, and I'll burn their chest open if I do it from, or their hands or arms. So if I do it like that, I only do it in some situations. Like against that Nomu thing, the person called it. Because that thing was dangerous. At least one that I fought with, its regenerated abilities were so strong. And so, of course, he gives him something about whenever he touched its arms to the ground, it pulled hard enough that my chains burned through its bone and flesh and took off its arm, and he ripped the other one out. And all that. And he described the features of how it had dark skin. And so, yeah. Of course, they would do all the normal stuff until you're looking at probably the same internship and all that. But Endeavor, I would say, would take this a little more seriously and like actually do a patrol with Deku and them. Well, they would actually run into a villain robbing a place, and Endeavor would rush in and tell them to just watch the civilians. So Deku would. Of course, they would do this, and they would be told about there was 3 robbers, even though Endeavor only captured 2. And so, Deku would, of course, just say, I'll just be right back. I'll just go search the area. The police says, aren't you from the sports festival? As he flings himself in the air. And he'd swing around about a block until he'd finally see a guy next to a dumpster holding something. And he'd fling himself down there. With the person seeing him at the last moment, as Deku would crush his leg into him. He just threw himself towards him at high speed, so this would slam into the dude, and it would knock him out with this. Since I would say he's probably a normal kind of guy, a semi-good quirk, but not a very strong one. And after this, he'd pick him up, fling himself around, launching him back to where Endeavor is with the bag of money, dropping right next to him, and dropping off him. He says I caught him around the dumpster, not too far away, and I took him out because he couldn't really see me whenever I came at him. So here you go. I'm dropping him off and all that. And here we go ahead and tell the police to drop them at the dropping at the prison or something and all that. Since there's a working lawyer system there, or like a judge system there, telling him in the prison, which I have not got the name, but Hosu prison, I don't know. And so they do so. And so they would. And Deku and them would walk off. Since they're in Hosu right now, they would be there until the attack would happen. With the new moves appearing. With Todoroki and them and Endeavor and Deku would take them down. As Deku would say something to Endeavor or them or the heroes around them, with the heroes telling them to get back and let the pro heroes handle this, he would explain that these are weaker moves than the one from the USJ. They do not have the same regenerative ability or strength. They seem to have really simple quirks, and only seem to have one or two in natural enhanced strength. Or I mean like one quirk and maybe two, rarely. Saying that you need to watch out for the dark skinned ones. And so they would hear this, and as they see Deku fly across a couple of them, as his chains would wrap around the neck, and he would crack their necks and rip them off, telling them to aim for the neck or head and sever them. That's the quickest way to take them down. As he would pretty much use his chains to attain some of them, as he would finish them off. As the heroes see this sight, high schooler take these down, they would try harder. But Deku would go off, saying that Endeavor's there, and the heroes can handle themselves, telling Endeavor that I'll form other heroes somewhere else and help them out. As he flings across the sky, you see somebody get stabbed from somebody, and he would fling himself through the alley, shooting his gun at Stain, which Stain would hear. And I'd say Stain's at least skilled enough and probably dealt with this before, but he would dodge the bullets. As Deku would land right next to Ida, picking him up and flinging himself into the air, coming back down, picking up the other hero, taking them to the end of the alley, to like the streets where people can only see them. As he tells Ida that he'll deal with Stain, in which he would try to. He would use his revolver, but Stain would dash towards him, and Stain, I would say, would predict where he's shooting by his hand. So he would weave back and forth and duck under the bullets until he'd get up to Deku and try to sling his blade. But Deku would, at the same time, would have his chain going for his head, or for his body, which Stain would see and would stop and jump backwards. As Deku pulls out a whole bunch of chains from his back, saying, "Let's go, hero, kill Stain." And yeah, this is where I'm just gonna leave it off since I have to do something really quick. And goodbye.